Hello and welcome to Read 516 and week one of this course. I'm very excited to start this semester with you. I'm Heather Brandon, your course instructor, and I will introduce myself more in a minute. Our content this week is pretty minuscule. We just have two things we're doing, the introduction and then what is assessment, talking about some introductory key terms for assessment. So let's get going with the course introduction. First, meet your course instructor. That's me in front of the Colosseum in Italy a few years ago. There's my email. Please feel free to email me at any time and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I am also a Fullerton Reading Program alum, so I have a lot of empathy for you. This is definitely a rigorous program, but worth completing. It changed my career trajectory and was able to secure me a position as a literacy specialist in a low-income school, which was absolutely positively my dream job. And I'm so grateful that I had that opportunity as well as all of the learning I did in this program. So hang in there. You're probably nearing the end of the program. You can definitely do it. I promise you will be happy that you did. All right, I have taught Read 514, Linguistics and Literacy, and also this is my third semester of 516, and each semester I do try to improve upon what was done in the last semester, so I've actually made many changes to the key assignments, hopefully making it more friendly to you, more user-friendly class. I'm very receptive to feedback, so if there's ever any ideas or suggestions you have to make this class all that you want it to be and more, please let me know. I take the feedback I collect throughout the semester very seriously, and I'm constantly improving upon that, which is why I've been busy implementing feedback from last semester, so hopefully you'll be very happy with this course. Currently, I serve as the dean, like an assistant principal of a K-8 charter school. I actually live in Michigan temporarily. My husband had to relocate for work, so that's the beauty of an online class. I can teach you from Michigan, but just know that I am 3 hours ahead of you. Keep that in mind when emailing me. I've taught lower elementary and then, as I told you, worked as a literacy specialist. When I did work as literacy specialist, I implemented the RTI program at my school for the first year. When I started, only 15% of our school was reading on grade level, and by the end of the year, we had 70% on grade level. So definitely saw a huge success with RTI and was able to receive the Contributions to Literacy Award for my work on the RTI program. I've done a little bit of publishing with teacher created materials, just worked on a project called Building School and Home Connections. I did the research for them, and some interests. I love to read, cook, and travel. So communication with me. Email is the preferred method of communication. I will try my best to get back to you within 24 hours, Monday through Friday, not on the weekends. I cannot make that guarantee, but last semester I was able to get back to all but one person one time within 24 hours, so I do try to hold that agreement. Office hours are going to be done virtually unless you'd like to set up a phone call or something at another time. They will occur every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. So write that down. You can expect an immediate response at that time, but if you need assistance on a different day, we can set something else up. All right, time for your introduction. I would like for you to introduce yourself by updating your profile on Titanium, and I will show you how to do that in just 1 second. This is actually your first assignment, and we'll get you 10 participation points for the week, going in and updating your profile, giving us a little bit of information like your name, your current position, your intent for taking the course, interests, phone number, and I'd also like you to put up a picture. The phone number I'll be using for my purposes in case I need to get a hold of you for some reason. If you're not comfortable putting it up on your profile, you can always email it to me instead. So let me show you quickly how to update your profile on Titanium. So here we are when we first log into Titanium. Just go ahead and click on Read 516, and that should take you to your home screen. You'll notice when you enter the course that at the very top is a block, that's what this is here, that says assignments, rubrics, and other information. So I have the course syllabus is there, as well as the participation activity rubric and the practicum video rubric. I will continue to update as we learn about more of the assignments. I also have a block for week 1. This is where I'll post all of the necessary materials for week 1. I haven't posted the checklist yet, but usually the checklist is up at the top. But I do have your articles up already. Here's your forum discussion, some information on how to use Titanium, and all that information for your practicum requirement for your field work. So, how to update your profile? You can do it a couple ways. You can get there from my profile, going to your profile and editing it, or right here, my profile settings, edit profile. So there's information there. But just go ahead and fill in your current position, your intent for the course, your interests, and then your cell phone number. Also, it would be great if you could upload a picture so that I can start to put names with faces. Even though I don't see you in person ever, it's nice to know who you are. So this is actually a picture of me with Ken Goodman at the IRA conference in San Antonio last summer. It was a dream come true to see such a great legend in the world of reading. So go in and update your profile. That's how to do it, and that is your first official assignment. So again, these are the pieces you need: your name, your current position, your intent for taking the course, interests, phone number, and a picture of you would be great. All right, introduction to the course. So here is the course description. It's a little verbose, so I'm going to cut to the chase. Read 516 is a case-based study of various assessment devices. I think the biggest benefit of this course is it's hands-on. You're actually going to be working with a student, 2 students in fact, a lower elementary student, grades K through 3 at the start of the semester, and then an upper elementary student, grades 4 and up, in the latter half of the semester. So it's a case-based study. You're selecting assessments, you're administering them, you're analyzing them, you're really putting together a comprehensive profile of that reader and building your assessment portfolio for them and your repertoire of assessment diagnostic prescriptive skills. So that's the course in a nutshell. More about the course, the rationale is that you will be able to select, administer, and interpret those diagnostic tools and techniques in order to apply the diagnostic prescriptive principles of teaching reading. Kind of a mouthful. The online course objectives and content. As you know, this course is 100% online. We used to do a hybrid where part was online, but then you could go to the clinic to work with your student. There is no clinic option this semester, but if you need help locating a student, since we don't have that clinic up and going, I can definitely help you in locating a student. However, this course is comparable to the in-person course that is also meeting this semester. I've been collaborating with that course instructor to make sure we are offering similar assignments and experiences. So you will not be shortchanged just because you are online. This is a solid course, and I guarantee you will learn a lot. Everyone the past few semesters have really enjoyed the work with the student and getting in and actually applying some of the assessment techniques. Student learning goals, there are many of them. I'm just going to highlight key things in each one. First, being able to select those assessment tools, then having a knowledge of the different types of tools available and the uses of them, being able to actually critically analyze and interpret the results, and then using those results to make recommendations. So the purpose of this course isn't to develop intervention. You can definitely do that in addition for your student if you want. We're really just selecting assessments, administering them, and then using the results to say, this is a strength for my student, this is an area of need. Specifically within the area of phonics, they need to work on blends or whatever area they need to work on. So we're not developing actual interventions or specific interventions. That comes in 581, but if you want to go that route and provide a better experience and a learning experience for your student, you could always end with a quick little intervention that's targeted to one of your findings from the assessments. All right, professional dispositions. We have a full statement of professional dispositions from the university that you can read. It is expected that all candidates demonstrate these. A few to highlight include collaboration, which is important when you're, working with families and building relationships with them. Also to be professional and ethical in everything you're doing with the student and the family, and then to value lifelong learning and pursue ongoing learning. For your group presentation, you may have to conduct some outside research and look for some other assessment tools in addition to those we talk about in class. So just know we are really getting you to do some of your own learning as well. Course text, so there are 3. First is assessing reading, multiple measures for kindergarten through 12th grade. Great, I use this all the time even now in my role. Next is the QRI 5, and next for the text is Lipson and Wixon. That's the actual textbook. It is very meaty and academic language is high in that. It is a great text, but it is pretty dense. I will warn you now. I've tried to break it up in a palatable way, so you shouldn't be reading whole chapters except in the very beginning of the course, and I apologize to you for that, but you don't have any large assignments to compensate. So the first 2 course texts are actual assessment tools for you to use in your career, and then the third one is the meaty text. Last semester we had to use TaskStream to do all of our video uploads. I am currently trying to get approval so that we don't have to use TaskStream. So I have this as tentative. It does cost $25 and it takes a really long time to upload. It's not very user friendly for you or I. So I'm trying to work around this because there's a lot of legal issues when you're uploading videos of children. So we want to make sure that we have a secure site. So I'm working with the department to come up with a free and user-friendly site for you. So more information to come on that later. In your syllabus, I give you some suggestions for additional texts. These won't be needed for the course at all, but they are great resources to have for your career that I use a lot. Course expectations. So first of all, if for some reason you need to miss a scheduled requirement, it is your responsibility to contact the instructor as much in advance as possible and then make arrangements to make up the missed participation. If it is necessary to complete an assignment on an alternate date, you need to make those arrangements with the instructor in advance. That is one downfall to working with children. They do get sick on occasion, or they miss a session with you, or they go on vacation, and I completely understand that, but you need to let me know in advance instead of after the fact, past the deadline, you're coming back and saying, well, this is why I didn't do it. So please notify me in advance. It is expected you participate. There will be a weekly checklist in the block on titanium that will detail everything you need to do. It's very detailed and thorough. Assignments will always be due the following Saturday at midnight unless otherwise noted on the checklist. So this week I couldn't get everything up as soon as I wanted to, so I'm giving you an extra day. So you have until Sunday evening, but typically Saturday at midnight is our due date. And then there is a very strict timeliness policy because this is an online course and I'm required to give you feedback on frequent intervals. If you're not submitting assignments in advance of the deadline, I am not able to give you that feedback. So for this course to receive full credit, assignments must be received on time. Late assignments will be reduced by one letter grade and must be submitted no later than 1 week past the due date. So you have a week grace period, but there will be a deduction, and there is no grace period for participation activities. All right, I'm going to stop there and I will be back to share some tips for success with you.